continuing. Well, like I was saying, he's saying, but when you read that, where he says, the host of heaven on his right and his left, that's talking about the spirits, because the Most High controls the left hand side as well as the right, you know. Job 26:9. He hovered back the face of his throne and spreadeth his cloud upon it. Yahweh cloaks the throne, expands his dark object, holdeth back cover in secrecy. Psalms, the throne is timeless. 45:6. Thy throne, O Yahweh, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter. Thunder, clouds, and darkness. Psalms 97:2. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. The throne is the sky. Slakia, the throne is in the sky. Psalms 103:19. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Yahweh has stationed his throne in the sky, and he moves about above all. Isaiah, elevated throne. Isaiah 6:1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also Yahweh sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Yahweh is on the throne high above the temple, and something below the throne is filling the temple. The throne is in the sky. Isaiah 4:12. How art thou fallen from heaven? You see, that's not even Isaiah 4:12. That's Isaiah 14. But how thou art fallen. And he going off, because when you go into the real breakdown of this, he's trying to use Isaiah 14:12, talking about how Lucifer, son of the morning, how thou will cut down to the ground. But that's talking about Esau, you know what I mean? So, like I said, you gotta really, like I said, you gotta know how to, chew the meat and spit out the bone, you know what I mean? The sky is Yahweh's throne. Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye buildeth unto me, and where is the place of my rest? It's Jeremiah 14:21. Do not abhor us for thy name's sake. Do not disgrace the throne of thy glory. Remember, break not thy covenant with us. High throne. Jeremiah 17:12. A glorious high throne from the beginning is the place of our sanctuary. A magnificent elevated throne is the first place of sanctuary. Daniel, flashing throne and wheels. Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Ezekiel looks where the throne is set, and the Ancient. Is that Daniel? Let me check that. Because that's what I say, like, he. Yeah, because Daniel 9:7 is about the confusion of faces. So, no, he said Daniel 7:9. So why did he go into Ezekiel then? Like, it's a lot of misprints in his book. So he was reading out of Daniel, talking about Ezekiel. So, like I said, that's a misprint. Daniel looks where the throne is set and sees the Ancient of Days sitting in his garment, as was pure white, and his hair like pure wool. His throne was glowing brightly, and the wheels of the craft were shining and glowing. Matthew, Yahweh's throne is in the sky. Matthew 5:34. But I say unto you, swear not all, neither by heaven, for it is Yahweh's throne. The sky is the throne of Yahweh. Let me get to something else. Because we just pretty much repeating this, different scriptures. But okay, he's got a subtitle, Chariots. A clear indication of the physical nature of these flying craft is their descriptions as chariots of the Elohim. The words from which chariot is translated mean vehicle. Now he's right about that. Cavalry or millstone, which of course is a thick disc-shaped object. The actual attachment of number of 20,000, though vague in true meaning, shows that a great number of flying vehicles are associated with the Elohim, a fleet. The statement that Yahweh has chariots that are cloud-like is a direct key to the nature of the clouds associated with the second coming, literally thousands of flying vehicles. 2 Kings, spinning chariots of fire take Elijah. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Verse 12. And Elijah saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariots of Israel, the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. Elijah and Elisha are talking, and suddenly a bright flying vehicle and a cavalry of bright flying objects appear, and Elijah ascends into the sky by a spinning flying vehicle. The word translated into horses means rapid movement or flight. This cavalry of glowing vehicles is most likely the army spoken of where hosts appear. Horses and chariots of fire. That's 2 Kings 6:17. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and beheld the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Verse 18. And when they came down to him, and Elisha prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. One or more flying objects descend to the ground, and Elisha asks Yahweh to cause blindness to befall the surrounding army, which he does. The army is captured, and later Yahweh restores their sight. Psalms 68:17. Thousands of flying vehicles. The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Thou hast ascended on high, thou hast led captivity captive, thou hast received gifts for men, yea, for the rebellious also, that Yahweh, thy power, might dwell among them. The vehicles of Yahweh number a myriad of thousands. Clouds as chariots. Psalms 104:3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Yahweh makes thick clouds his vehicles, and travels on the edge of the wind. Zechariah, flying vehicles from the sky. Zechariah 6:1. And I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. Zechariah looks up and sees 4 flying vehicles coming from between 2 copper-colored mountains. Dwellings. Totally ignored by mainstream religion is the fact that the Bible does indeed give actual residence of Yahweh and an object in the sky. Houses, habitations, pavilions, dwellings, and sanctuaries